Welcome to your channel Inglés para tu vida. My name is Gisela and today we are going to learn a little bit more about the present simple tense. As you may know, the present simple tense is formed as follows in these three forms: affirmative, negative and interrogative. In the part of the affirmative, we have, for example, with the verb work, we have I work, you work, but when we talk about he, she and it, we are going to add a final S. So in this case we say he works, she works, or it works. We are going to add a final S. In the case of we, you and they, yes, it's the same with work. Alright? What happened in the negative? In the negative case I have I don't work, you don't work. If it is he, she or it, doesn't work, and if it is we, you and they, don't work. What is the name of these three words? They are auxiliaries. We use auxiliaries when we talk about present simple and the simple past also in negative, right? But in the case of present simple, the auxiliary is don't and doesn't. Doesn't in the case of he, she and it. Okay? Now, in the part of the interrogative, we can say, for example, that the auxiliaries are do, does, and do again, depending on the nouns. For example, we can say, do I work? Do you work? Does he work? Does she work? Does it work? But here, as you can see, there is no final S, because the S is in the auxiliary, okay? We put the S here, does, but over here we use just the infinitive, the verb in the infinitive form, okay? In the case of we, you and they, we also use the auxiliary do and the verb work, and we have do we work, do you work, or do they work. Obviously, that in present simple we do not only add final S, right? There are other examples in which we add ES, right? For example, in the case of the verb watch, we say I watch, you watch, but he, she and it watches. We, you and they watch, okay? So they are different. Now, over here I put 6 sentences to complete, mainly with the verb work, with the verb live, with the negative of the verb work, with the negative of the verb live, with the verb study, and with the verb travel, to check what we are seeing in this exercise, alright? For example, in number 1, first of all you have to read the sentence, right? When we have something to complete, we have to read the sentence, all the sentence, and check if it is affirmative, if it is negative, if it is interrogative. In this case it's an interrogative, it's a question. And we have where you work. How can we complete sentence number 1? In your opinion, how can we complete that? First of all, it's an interrogative sentence like this. We are going to need an auxiliary, so we check, okay, is you. What auxiliary do we need? Do. The auxiliary do. So the question is, where do you? And as you can see, the verb remains as infinitive. So the question is, where do you work? In the sentence number 2, the subject or the noun is he, okay? And the verb is live. Live and work are similar verbs because we need final S, okay? So when we have a question, and the subject is he, and the subject is he, we are going to need another auxiliary. And the auxiliary is does. So we are going to say, where does he. And what happened with the verb? The verb remains in the infinitive form. So we have, where does he live? Okay? Now, we have here a negative sentence. First of all, check it. A negative sentence. And the subject is he. Have a look at here. Negative sentence, subject he. Okay, if my subject or the noun is he and it's negative, is the auxiliary that we use is doesn't. Be careful when you write doesn't, because the pronunciation is different to the writing. So here we have he doesn't what? He doesn't work. Sometimes when I've been working with students in the classroom, the students just put he doesn't, but he doesn't what? And the sentence is considered incorrect. The answer is incorrect. So you have to include the verb. He doesn't work. And your verb in infinitive, as it is here. Doesn't work. Alright? Now what about number 4? She not live here. She. Okay, when we talk about she, and it is a negative sentence, we are going to use, again, the auxiliary doesn't. So it is, she doesn't, and the verb live remains in infinitive. She doesn't live here. She doesn't live here. So as I always said, don't forget to put the verb in the sentence, right? Because sometimes we just put doesn't and we believe that the teacher is going to believe that is with live, but no, you have to put all together. In number 5, it's a question, it's interrogative, and it's a question using they. Interrogative, they. When it is they, the auxiliary is do. The auxiliary is do. So the verb is study. Where do they study? Okay? This is the auxiliary, do, the subject or the noun, they, and the verb always in infinitive. Okay? Finally, we have a negative sentence with the subject they and the verb is not travel by bus. Negative sentence, they, we have an auxiliary here, so the sentence is they don't, the verb is in infinitive, it's travel, so they don't travel by bus. They don't travel by bus. What about if you do the repetition of these 6 sentences, right? So that you can internalize the concepts. Let's repeat number 1. Where do you work? Can you repeat? Where do you work? Where do you work? Number 2. Where does he live? Where does he live? Where does he live? Number 3. He doesn't work. He doesn't work. Number 4. She doesn't live here. She doesn't live here. Number 5. Where do they study? Where do they study? Number 6. They don't travel by bus. They don't travel by bus. Alright? As I said, we have more verbs, not exactly the ones that end in final S, but we are going to see this little by little so that you can practice well, understand, and internalize all the concepts. Thank you very much for your attention. Don't forget to subscribe to your channel Inglesparatuvida from your account in Gmail. It's a pleasure to work with you. My name is Gisela. Have a beautiful day and see you in our next class. Bye!